All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Community Focus here on Channel 6 TV. I'm Kenny Fogel, your host. Glad you could be with us tonight, and we're going to be talking about things going up to the November 6th election. That's Tuesday, November 6th. That's the day where you get to do your part, the part where you get to go to the polls and make your say on who leads the government for the next several years. We're talking local races this year. Right now, we're talking about the county clerk's race. And I got a good friend of mine here with me today, Marion Kelly Pulliam. And I'll let you introduce yourself, Kelly, and tell everybody who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Well, thanks for having me, Gary. I'm sorry.
Kenny.
I apologize. I grew up with his brother, Gary.
Well, he does a little TV too sometimes.
Kenny, I apologize for that. But anyway, my name is Marion Kelly Pulliam. I'm running for Nelson County Clerk. It's been an adventure this past year. I met a lot of great people, traveled a lot of roads, and got to meet a lot of different things that I learned about Nelson County, I think, which is great to know. It's been a big year for me. I became a grandfather back in July. I'll become a second grandfather in October, and I win this race. Everything's coming up roses. So with that being said, the things I'm running on this election for is I want to bring accessibility to the county clerk's office. Back in January or February, I can't remember when it was, Randy Patrick asked all candidates what we stood for. Okay, I stood firmly about accessibility. And I'm a solution-oriented person, so I've gone out and I've found solutions for this problem. Right now, they're open 8 to 4, Monday through Wednesday, 8 to 5, Thursday and Friday. Okay, I've gone out to 6 different county clerk's offices outside of Nelson County, built a network of county clerks that'd be a resource for me once elected into this position, and saw how they've done things. And just an example of Jessamine County, they're about the same size as Nelson County, same size as Bardstown as their county seat. And what they've done is they've taken Thursday hours. They've cut the Thursday hours in half. They're open 8 to 12 on Thursday, giving the deputy county clerks a chance to take a break during the week to go to doctors, dentist, whatever, without taking PTO time. They come back Saturday morning, and usually Saturday morning, either a spouse, a significant other, parent, or somebody might be available to help watch the children from 8 to 12. And at the same time, the children be getting up early all week going to school, so they're probably sleeping in anyway or unwinding. So it works out great for them, and I think it'd be great for Nelson County. The other things I was interested in, and this has kind of fallen under Phyllis Mattingly's type of behavior. I believe in bringing customer service to the county clerk's office. Elaine's done a great job. I have nothing bad to say about Elaine. I've known her most of my life. I grew up with her son Jay. But I think things can always be done better. I can put my own touch on it, and I think it'll make it a better resource for the county of Nelson County. Example, okay, I met a county clerk up in Georgetown, Kentucky, who is, she took one of the windows out right as you come into the office, and they're set up similar to ours, and she put a desk there. She put a note tablet on that desk. And when you walk in, you sign your name onto the note tablet. Okay, as well as she created a little waiting room, and we can probably do that where the stairwell is, put some couches, maybe a coffee pot, maybe some pictures around. And the deputy county clerk will walk down, pick up that note tablet and say, Jane Doe. Well, you step up and say, I'm Jane Doe. Well, the next touch is going to be, well, welcome to the county clerk's office, Jane. Follow me down to my desk. And you walk down to their desk, and when they're done, they escort you back to the window where they met you at where the table was. Okay, and they say, I hope you got all your answers or questions answered. And if you have any additional questions, please ask me at this time. Okay, if they have a question that the deputy can't answer, well, they're instructed to go right there next to that door, or the door right next to that waiting area where my office will be, and ask me. I got 6 other county clerks out there in the state of Kentucky that will work as a team with me to help come up with answers for that problem, as well as reach out to the state and to the hotline they talk about. So I just think that's one way of bringing customer service back to the county clerk's office and making it a much more friendlier place. One of the things I would like to see in Nelson County, creation of a friendliest office in Nelson County award. That will make offices within Nelson County strive to come up with the best friendly or customer service in Nelson County. Well, we would like to try to win that award. I think it's very important that the people in Nelson County who we work for, the county clerk's office serves in Nelson County, that they feel like they're very much welcome and that their needs are being met within that county clerk's office. So, and also have some ideas on how to cut costs, and these have been proven in other counties. I think I can bring them into Nelson County and really save some money. So, anyway.
Well, you looks like you've been giving a lot of thought to this. So, and the word I keep hearing over and over is customer service.
It's very important. This to me is a job interview. I know a lot of people, they want to be county clerk, or they want to be judge exec, or they want to be this or that. But it's not about the candidate, it's about the people. It's what you can do for the people. And I tell you another thing that I've done throughout this last year. Okay, since this year started, I have volunteered for almost everything. I mean, quite a few things. I think I started out with the chamber silent auction. No, it wasn't chamber. It was the Kiwanis silent auction. I mean, I went out and helped find items to be auctioned. I stood in there and I took bids and all that. And then I went on to Relay for Life. I've done the chamber golf outing where I put a bun in a baggie, passed it down the line, creating bags of food in order to sell to the golfers. I put probably about 8 or 10 hours in doing that. At that place, I actually met the Cattlemen's Association, who asked me if I wanted their endorsement. Then I would go to Ag Days, and I would make biscuits for them Friday night, come back Saturday, and then Saturday I would turn around and serve them, which I was the only candidate to do that as well. And doing so, I met a lot of great people. Had a great time doing it with them, and one of the things it shows me getting involved in Nelson County. I mean, it's one of those things that really teaches you all about Nelson County. You meet the people, you make friends, you become part of the community. And I think that's very important. Well, from there I went on to, let's see, I did Buttermilk Days, okay. I asked Bill Shekels, is there something I can do to volunteer? He asked me if I was afraid to get my hands dirty. I said no. So he took me up on it, invited me at 4:30 in the morning to make sausage gravy. I spent the entire days ladling sausage gravy on a biscuit and meeting a lot of good people out there while doing so. But all I'm trying to say with all of this, and this is one of Phyllis Mattingly's secrets, I mean, most of us figured it out, but I think, if you didn't know, this is how Phyllis knew everybody. She made the relationships outside of the county clerk's office. She got involved in the community. She took every volunteer activity she could do, joined any organization she could, and she did that for a purpose. I mean, first of all, she benefited from meeting people, but second of all, I mean, she got to meet people and build relationships. So when they walked in that county clerk's office, they knew that they were talking to a friend. Because when you're paying taxes and you're just utilizing services of the county clerk's office, it can be intimidating. And just an answer, well, this is why Frankfurt says you have to pay, that doesn't explain things. So you need somebody there who's more of a go-between for you, that you can go and talk to them. And I mean, you don't even have to come in there for business. Just come in there and say, hey, Kelly, how you doing? Well, I'll say hi back and we'll chat for a minute or two. But I just want you to feel comfortable coming into the county clerk's office. I've also gone out and I've joined several organizations. I belong to the Kiwanis. I attend the Rotary, and what that means is, and they've asked me to join, but I don't get to attend as many times as I like, so I haven't actually joined. I pay as I go. I belong to several other, like the Mount Kentucky Board of Realtors, Louisville Board of Realtors, and there's several others out there. But anyway, that's part of getting involved in the community.
Well, and you say, I'm sure you visited quite a few spots in the county and a few breakfasts and lunches here and there, haven't you? I know I've run into you down in Boston and a couple other places over the last few months.
If there was a stone left unturned, you and I did not leave it. I mean, we bumped into places. It could be in the back of a gas station. We knew a group of people got together, and I think I'm the only one that found that place. Well, Kenny would be right there as soon as I got there. So, I mean, we have talked about every group. I mean, all the way down to like Boston, Kentucky. There's a lady down there. She is a treat. If you ever get a chance to go to Boston, Kentucky at noon on a Wednesday, go down there and have lunch with these people. There's a lady down there they call the mayor. Not officially a mayor, but she sort of is. I mean, she's been there longer than everybody else, and she just celebrated her 100th birthday. And when I walk in, if I've taken a couple of days off, she'll say, Kelly, where have you been all this time? And she's that personable. She'll remember you, and she'll be a really good friend to get to know.
Well, county clerk's office, obviously, one of the questions I've always had, and it may not even be something that's a big deal in the issue, is they always have excess fees every year. Mm-hmm. They return to the county fiscal court. Right. And I've always wondered, is it a miscalculation as to how much you're planning on spending each year, or why do they always have excess fees? I mean, does it go to salary? What is it? What's the use of having excess fees? So what's the advantage there? I know the fiscal court loves it. They love making money off of it. But I just never thought of the county clerk's office as a profit organization.
Well, the county clerk's office, I mean, I think it's January 14th, I believe it is. You have to submit your budget to fiscal court. Okay, you're going to put extra in there because you need to cover all your bases as you're going throughout the year. So there probably is going to be excess there as well. You're going to try to cut costs in any way. And like I said, I came up with ways to cut costs, and I'm sure Elaine had her own tricks as well. Mm-hmm. But just to give some examples of that, okay, the election process, I mean, the voting machines. Okay, the voting machines are let's see, they're manufactured by Hart. Okay, what Hart does, what a lot of county clerks do, they actually go out and they use the technicians from Hart in order to reset these machines and then turn around and use them over and over and over. Okay, example, I met a county clerk down in Campbellsville, Kentucky, who was telling me that him and Hardin County, as far as he knew, was the two that don't use Hart's technicians. Okay, a difference there is, I mean, Hart's technicians were charging him, and he's half the size as us, $1,200 in order to reset these machines. He found a technician in town that was able to do it for $400. Bring it to Nelson County, I mean, that's probably $800, and I'm saving, let's see, $2,400. That's quite a bit of money. I mean, it's going to be put back into the budget. So you try to find ways to cut costs, but you have to have enough money padded in there in order to cover your costs throughout the year.
Well, it's 2018, and one of the pet peeves a lot of people have with dealing with government is some things are online and some things aren't.
Right.
So there's some things you can get online and do. Is there a way to increase that online presence instead of, like you said, somebody works in Louisville, can't get to is there any way you can go online and renew things? Or I guess what I'm saying is that something we should be looking into more so, or you like it the way people come to the office?
No, I don't like that being the case. I mean, what I think we should do in that situation is technology is good because we have different generations we're dealing with. I mean, my parents, I mean, they didn't have computers growing up, and my generation actually didn't when we were in school, but we've learned it going to college.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I mean, they need somebody to be physically there in order to talk to, because that's how they communicate. They want to, they want to comply, but they just need to be able to understand how to do it. Yeah. Okay, but then you also have this up and coming generation. That's how they function, is online, is from what I see. So with that being said, I would look at every case that I can in order to try to provide that service as well. But I need to maintain both services. I mean, example, the Land Records Department. I mean, you can find most stuff online. I mean, it's $40 a month. I mean, it's for commercial use. But, at the same time, they also have to keep a physical record of it in the basement. That's why we have the deed room. I mean, that's just one example. But, not everybody's going to go pay $40 a month because it's probably not cost effective for them. So with that being the case, you have to be able to provide both sides of that coin in order to, serve all the people in Nelson County. And that's what this is all about, is all the people in Nelson County, not just one group of people in Nelson County.
Well, most of the time when people deal with the county clerk's office, is either dealing with their car tags, car sales, or real estate. Now, I know you've been involved in real estate for several years, so you see that side of it. So,
yes.
Is it something you think is running smoothly right now, or just needs, as you said, be improved?
I think Elaine's done a very good job, and I think it's doing okay. I think there's some frustration going on. I think it all kind of falls back to what I was saying before, customer service. I mean, people get frustrated, and somebody comes in there, they think they have all the documentation, they hand it to a deputy, and the deputy's mandated by the state in order to collect a certain document in order to be able to do something. So with that being said, the deputy might have to send you back to do something else, creating frustration within the customer coming up to the window. So with that being said, customer service is very important. We need to, be informative to our customers. We need to sit down and explain to them, this is what we have. Even if we have to give them a checklist, you need to bring these items to me next time you come up there. We're going to provide a better service for you. But the whole ideal is, like I said, we want to make this as smooth as possible, but we're working under certain rules as well. But communication is a key factor in order to providing good customer service. And if it means I have to educate the deputies a little bit more, which it's not unheard of, I can do that. Or just create some tools in order to help the community to understand what they need to bring with them. I mean, I'll look into both of them.
Well, speaking of communication, November 6th is Election Day. You have anything in particular you want to finish up and tell the voters before we walk out here today?
I want to tell the voters of Nelson County this. Okay, I have made a point to walk the entire county of Nelson County. Trust me, I've gone through a couple pairs of shoes. I've been from Howardstown to New Haven to Balltown to Bardstown. I've gone to Chaplin, down to Bloomfield, down to Fairfield, to High Grove. I've come from Boston all the way into Bardstown. I mean, there's not an area I haven't really walked, and I do that for a reason. I feel like the candidate needs to be met. I mean, I don't want to be one of those people that sticks cards in the door. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that's volunteered to help me do this, but I'd rather you guys meet me personally, because it's very crucial when you make your decision on this county clerk's position or any position. You need to understand what they stand for. Look at their background. Have they managed a budget? Have they managed people? And in this case, I have. I mean, I've been the head of a human resource department. I've managed quite a few people. I've managed 6 budgets. I mean, I can walk in and effectively be able to take over running the operation of this county clerk's office. But that's not all of it. You need to make sure when you meet me or meet my opponent or whoever, make sure you can communicate with that person, because that's the person who's going to listen to your concerns, and that's the person who's going to resolve it. Make sure that they're going to take your problem to bat. That means they're going to not rest until this problem's solved. Because I firmly believe there should not be a problem that goes beyond that day. Actually, I'd rather it be resolved within a short period of time. Because anything going beyond that day, we failed you guys, and we need to do a much better job if that's the case.
Well, Kelly, best of luck, and congratulations, Grandpa. So, sometimes that's a big part of life. So, whereas it keeps you young, wears you out at the same time.
Well, it's one of the pleasures of life. I mean, my grandchildren. I was very involved in my children, raising them, and I used to be a PTO president. I helped start the Read It program in the school system my kids were in. I currently, I read books to Bardstown and Nelson County elementary school kids. And I do that because my kids grew up on me. I still enjoy doing it, so it gives me an opportunity to still be involved with the youth of Nelson County. So, I'm excited about it. So.
All right, well, thank you for being here today. Appreciate you taking the time. I know you've been busy and stopping in for a few minutes and letting us know who you are and getting the word out to the voters.
I appreciate that.
All right,
it's all about you guys.
Marion and Kelly Pulliam running for Nelson County Clerk here in Nelson County. And again, Election Day is Tuesday, November 6th. That's the day that you do your part, and hopefully you will. And we're going to be encouraging you all the way up to that day to do so. This is Kenny Fogel. We'll be back in just a few minutes here on Community Focus, Channel 6 TV, right after these messages.